tonight, keep it going for Mr. Chris Biggs.
Hello, folks.
What's the song? What's the song?
I don't know.
Play it again. Play it again.
No chance. No chance. Okay, my name is Chris Biggs. What you need to know about me is I have been with my wife for over 20 years and we have 4 kids. Thank you. I'm going to be doing something a little different tonight though, so I need your help. I know it's late, a lot of energy sapped out, so I'm going to be trying some new bits and I need your help to tell me whether it's good or not. So if you like it, because we're all tired, if you like it, I need you to shout the word chlamydia. Because the joke is fire, right? Like it's burning with love. But if you feel that the joke just went on way too long, you thought it was going to give you joy and happiness, but it left you feeling unfulfilled and empty, shout children. Right? So if it's a good joke,
Yeah.
and if it stinks,
Children.
and you gotta understand, when I splice all these clips for Instagram later, and they hear just people shouting chlamydia and children for no context, it's gonna be hilarious. Okay, so, first bit. We have 4 kids. My wife is like a superhero, okay? 4 kids, but she's like Batman. Like, she's the hero I need and not the one I deserve. Because I'm like Commissioner Gordon. There are supervillains just destroying the plates, and I'm just like, oh, she better come help. And like, I hate when people that have just one kid, they're like, oh, my wife's a superhero too. It's not the same, okay? If my wife only had to deal with like Lex Luthor, she could do that gentle parenting stuff. When you've got 4 kids, Batman resorts to vigilante justice for a reason, okay? Okay, so what's the rule in there? Good, awesome. Hey, they just released the presidential beer poll. This is where people have to decide which presidential candidate they would rather have a beer with, and 21% of the people would rather drink alone. That wasn't the punchline, that's just the fact. No, 21% would rather drink alone, which means that 79% of other people would have to be drunk to talk to either of them. Right? Okay, 21% of people would rather drink alone, which I understand because the only time I do drink is when I talk to my father-in-law about politics. Okay. My daughter's turned 16 and we have to figure out what kind of car she wants to get. And I suggested to her a Jeep Compass because women are really bad at directions. I just hope she doesn't get a Baltimore Hyundai accent. I got myself a Ford Escape, but it was false advertising. Okay. I took a trip to Dallas and my kids were like, hey, can you get a picture with a cowboy? And the problem is I was in suburban Dallas. Like there aren't just cows walking down the street. This isn't Pilesville. But I was at a restaurant and a guy walked in a cowboy hat. And I was like, oh, this is my chance. And I was like, excuse me, sir, listen, I'm from Baltimore. My kids want me to get a picture of the cowboy so we can get a picture together. And he was like, I'm from Glen Burnie. I got that hat in the airport. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to lie to my children for the first time ever. So we take the picture, and it's a good thing because now my kids think that people in Texas also have meth teeth. Okay, thank you. I've been having trouble sleeping lately. My mind, when I lay down, my mind just starts going over everything. And I found a solution. I started thinking about sex. And at first I thought I'd be like up all night, but I'm out in like 3.5 minutes. Okay. I think that was a children's joke. That was children. Okay. Southwest Airlines just announced that they are getting rid of their choose your own seats policy, and I'm thrilled about this. Because whenever I always have to get a middle seat, and whenever I'm picking the seat, I feel like I'm being judged. Because like if I choose that seat next to that young woman in the tank top, very attractive, people look at me like I'm a pervert. But like if I pick that seat between the two 300-pound dudes, I mean that's saying something else too. And I'm not picking the seat next to the woman because she's attractive. I mean, yes, I did memorize every inch of skin she had. But that was just to describe her to the police later in case something happened. Like, oh, officer, you're talking about the woman with the mole 3 inches from her collarbone. What's that? She was assaulted and murdered, and now I'm the prime suspect. That checks out. We went for a trip to a water park with the family, and we were in line for a slide, and the young woman in front of us was wearing a thong bikini. And I knew I shouldn't look. Like, I didn't want that rear end to be my marriage's end. But I couldn't help it, you know? Like, Cisco did not prepare me to see these in the wild. This wasn't Miami, this was Wisconsin, you know? But when it was this woman's turn for the slide, she got down on all fours. And like at this point, even my wife, no, I could tell she didn't have it. At this point, even my wife was staring, like just locked in the gravitational pull, because when the moon hits your eye, like a great big pizza pie, that's amore. And I mean, she was down there for a long time, way longer than necessary, according to my wife. And I was like, it was long enough that I could imagine every single thing that my wife would say to me if she caught me staring. And then I heard this disgusted grunt come from my wife. I've heard this grunt before. And it was just in time to snap me out of it. And I looked up and my wife was just turning to face me. And so I'm still married. Okay, last one. I was just in Charlotte. And Charlotte's tourism slogan is Charlotte, we've got a lot. I'm not lying, that's their tourism slogan. It's a stupid dad joke. They paid millions of dollars for this, but it checks out because their biggest tourism destination is the NASCAR Hall of Fame. But could you imagine if Baltimore's slogan was, Baltimore, we've got more? Like Baltimore, we've got more shows based on the drug trade. Right? I mean, people still ask me if Baltimore's just like The Wire, and I'm like, I guess so. I mean, I'm watching it on TV from the suburbs too. I mean, let's face it, I'm not going down to the city, right? I mean, if Dez isn't going to go down there, I can't go down there. No, but have this Baltimore, we've got more STDs than any other city, because you all love chlamydia, apparently. Hey, my name is Chris Biggs, thank you very much. I think I hit them all.
Yeah, I was Stoney. Go ahead, keep going, Stoney.
I was at a... No, not me?
No, it's Stoney. Stoney had a big sandstorm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You did.
Space! No one else will fuck y'all.
I'll tell you what, maybe time to feel. Alright. So, you are a father of how many?
4 children, yeah.
No one else? Clap for that. fucking self-assassination. I feel like everyone else with kids would be like, so we don't give a fuck yet. Listen, Carlo has kids, maybe has some babies. You have none, right? Once again, you have 0 kids. All right, listen.
We're gonna ask it 3 more times.
Do you, how, are you under 30? You're not under 30?
That's what's there.
Black don't crack. No, I'm saying black don't crack. So I'm just saying, all right.
Hispanic don't blemish? I don't know. Last time I made him, like he left the stage, he was so embarrassed, but...
I was trying to give some advice, but you don't want kids ever.
Kids are fantastic.
All right, see, all right, that's what I was the maybe. What is the deciding factor? This family, she wants to have kids. What is the deciding factor on her? That is maybe 30, maybe less than 30.
Do you enjoy arguing with somebody that is a miniature version of your wife, but, you know, doesn't, like, yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, so, all right, so what you're saying is, are you into, are you peer mediator? Are you a peer mediator? Are you good at peer mediating? You're good at peer mediating. She's good at peer mediating.
Okay.
She's good at that. All right. Is there a second thing that she should know about having children at maybe 30 older than that? How many kids after 30 did you have? How many kids after 30?
After 30? Oh, like 2?
Okay, so you had 2 after 30.
2 after 30.
Those 2.
Yeah, I don't like those 2. The first 2 were better.
First 2. Okay, alright, so are you okay with not liking? No, are your the first 2 are like your wife? The first 2 are kind of
So,
personality wise.
My second child is a caring, sweet, empathetic girl that loves to make sure people feel welcome and appreciated.
Oh.
And my oldest takes after my wife. You can read that however you want.
So next time you have a one-night stand, put that in perspective. All right. I'm glad.
And also put chlamydia into perspective.
No. That's what I'm saying. Name your child chlamydia is what you're saying. Keep it going for Chris Biggs. There is stuff going on in Havre.